Does it really matter if the Iceman was 30 years old or 40 years old when he died? It does when you consider this next piece of evidence. X-rays of Otzi's face and jaw presented researchers with an unexpected and significant surprise. Otzi still had his wisdom teeth, but at the time of his death, not one of them had broken through. According to the development timetable of modern man, wisdom teeth usually erupt during adolescence. But if the Iceman was 30 to 40 years old, how is it possible that these teeth remained dormant? Were the original age estimates wrong? Was Otzi actually a teenager when he died? Or was there another explanation?
So we've got this confusion. The wisdom teeth would tell us that Otzi was a late teenager. The degree of wear on his front teeth, that he was in middle age. The condition of the carotid artery, that he was an old man. There's a possible way of resolving this logically, and that is the possibility that ancient humans did not mature at the same rate at which we mature today. All of this would mean that Otzi's body, when calibrated against our present-day rates of maturation, would mean that he was maturing at a much slower level, and so he would be much younger than he actually was. And this slower maturation could be accompanied with a much longer lifespan, so that in his environment he would be just a teenager or in his mid-20s, whereas according to our life experiences he would be 40 years of age.
Well, the discussion of the age of humans is important to us, I think, at a general level in terms of expanding our sense of presence on the planet. It gives us a better idea of where we fit in with the rest of biology, the rest of life.
What conclusions can we draw from the Iceman's mysterious corpse? Could it be that ancient man matured much more slowly than modern humans? Does this mean that man lived longer? As scientists pondered the ramifications of the Iceman's mysterious corpse, many questions were raised. The Iceman seemed to suggest that growth rates and lifespan were markedly different than ours today. Did ancient writings offer any support for this theory?
This concept of slower maturation rates together with extended longevity among ancient humans is supported both by secular works as well as by the Bible. Chinese and Egyptian authors spoke of kings living to be almost 1,000 years of age. And Noah lived 950 years. His son Shem lived 600 years. And when we get to Abraham, and I mention Abraham because Otzi would have been a contemporary of Abraham, so that Abraham lived 175 years. And later writings of the Greeks and Romans suggest lifespans of 800 to 1,000 years. So we have recent studies and ancient literature, including the Bible, to suggest that in the past humans aged much more slowly, lived longer, and matured more slowly. And this is something that archaeologists never would have imagined, and it goes contrary to human evolution. But it's very hard to argue with a corpse more than 5,000 years old.
The Iceman's biggest revelation remains controversial, but the possibilities are mind-boggling. Could the Bible and other ancient texts be accurate in their description of incredibly long lifespans? And if they are, could these writings also tell us about the age of the human race? Groundbreaking work is being done in the field of genetics that seeks to address the age-old question, how old are humans? The answers that have been uncovered so far seem to support these ancient writings, and especially the Bible.
The traditional view of scientists is that modern humans simultaneously evolved in different regions of the Earth from an earlier human ancestor, Homo erectus, who in turn was supposed to have migrated out of Africa some 1 million years ago, but the genetic information tells a different story. A recently completed study at Yale University analyzed the genetic information contained in the Y chromosome of modern-day men. The results of the study suggests that Homo sapiens descended from a single group of male ancestors, and that this occurred more recently than scientists had previously believed. According to the chromosomal study, mankind could not have originated more than 270,000 years ago, and even that date may be far too distant. One of the possible explanations that the researchers put forth for their finding is that there was a sudden, significant reduction in the population of Homo sapiens. Although many scientists are reluctant to admit it, this genetic bottleneck could easily be explained by the catastrophe of Noah's flood.
Could it be that the bottleneck discovered in the development of the human species applies to other species as well? Is it possible that men and dinosaurs walked the planet not only at the same time, but literally in the same footprints? Or is it DNA that contains the magic power to the question of man's beginnings? Is there finally evidence upon which all scientists and theologians can agree? And if scientists have found what could be an ancestor that might be the biblical Adam, what about a biblical Eve? The astonishing answers when we return. When it comes to the age of the human race, there are two diametrically opposed theories. The most commonly accepted is that of the evolutionists, who believe that modern man evolved between 225,000 and 2 million years ago. On the other side of the fence are the creationists, who believe that God created the heavens, the earth, and man somewhere in the time frame of 6,000 to 50,000 years ago. Christians also believe that all humans are descendants of Adam and Eve. Which one of these viewpoints has the latest DNA evidence on its side? You'd be surprised.
The nucleus of a human cell contains 99.5% of our DNA. That is,